place where they told you what to chase, told you how to run the race. Every move was on the page, but I didn't like their way. Had to fight and misbehave, had to find a way to change, had to leave to find my way. Caught up in a daydream, I beat my mind up there almost daily. It's how I pass time, no opinions safely. It's how I understand what I want in this place, see. Cause everybody wanna tell you bad things, what could go wrong, what fame brings. But success is a finicky thing, and if you ain't sure, no, it'll never be. I don't wanna let myself down, myself down. I don't wanna let myself down, myself down. Run away, I don't have to plan it. I can go change my fate, you won't understand it. All alone, that's okay, people I can't stand.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Ohio River History, and happy Halloween, everybody. Just as a little fun thing to do tonight to kind of break up in between these little segments as we're doing. The email is scrolling across the bottom of the screen right now as you see it. If you would like to send some of your favorite Halloween costumes, kids, dogs, yourself, if you send them to that email address, I'm going to open up a tab here and have it running. And just as a little bit of a break in between some of the chat tonight, I'll show some pictures of everybody's love for Halloween and who all shows up tonight. So welcome back, everybody. Today, I'm going to go through and say hi here in just a second, but I kind of wanted everybody to understand what's kind of been happening around that prompted this. Me and Minardo Rob were having a conversation a couple weeks ago, and it just started. I just started to notice that things were kind of getting to a point where you see some drastic things affecting people's lives, some of which we're going to talk about in here tonight, some of which I refuse to say names, but may talk about situations just so that you can kind of understand what people go through. We have an excellent community in here that is really good about being kind, considerate, and caring and loving one another. But there's a lot of stuff in here that goes on that nobody knows about, what people deal with on a daily basis. And sometimes there's the possibility that, you can say something or do something that might hurt somebody else's feelings because you're unaware of their personal situation. So instead of getting too far into it at the beginning here, I hope you guys don't mind. I'm going to chat tonight from the heart, and I'm going to try to hopefully relay a message that makes everybody have a good feeling about when we talk to each other in the chat, and we talk, and we have conversations with people, to understand that it's not one person. Everybody goes through stuff, and it's really tough out there. And there's a lot of people that take a lot away from this YouTube and these types of scenarios, and it's a big part of their lives, and we've got to protect them as well. Let's go through some chat though here really fast to start it out. AT Treasure Hunter Larry, happy Halloween from Brisbane, Australia. How are you doing, my friend? Much love. Appreciate you. I hope you have a great Halloween. Papa Rouse, what's in the dirt? Also liked and shared. I didn't share this one very far. This is for YouTube. I didn't put it on Facebook tonight because I didn't want to confuse people over there. But thank you, Bill. I appreciate you very much. Bill is on Tuesday nights at 9 and does a great job of mediating his chat and has guests every week, and it's always a lot of fun. There's Miss Grandma Kelly, one of our most. I don't know how to describe Miss Kelly. She's just one of the kindest people in our community for sure. And she's always very respectful. And I love having her in the chat because I'm sure she has some awesome insight tonight. Let's go on faster. Taka's in the house. ¿Cómo estás? Buenas noches, mi amigos. Ohio River History from Chile. Thank you, Talca. You are appreciated, my friend. Let's see, going faster down here. Mr. Rick Hay. Rick, I feel sorry for you, Rick. I'm going to go off on a quick tangent, but I stopped by Angie and Rick's channel, and man, I'm going to tell you that Rick was taking a beating over my coin. But Rick, it made it to you. It took a long way to get there. It went all over around the place. And don't let nobody give you no grief. These coins are amazing, and they have more value than just what the copper that they're printed on. So you enjoy that coin. I'm glad you like it. That made me feel good that you love it. So I was really happy about that. What is up, Chew? Welcome to the chat. At some point, I'm sure we're going to have a Johnny Small Pepper raid, maybe or maybe not. I think so. I think Johnny said that they was coming in, but I didn't get a chance to talk to him. There's Miss Danny D. Welcome, Danny. Appreciate you. Getting ready for the holiday season. I have a link that I will share. I'll put in the description later for Danny D's fundraiser. We're gonna hit that thing off before the end of the year. Looking for a week to do that again. My good friend, Mr. J. Paul. What's up, brother? Nice to see you. Brian Ollier, thank you. Very much appreciate you guys being here. And when I comment tonight, we'll get to that in a minute. But when I comment tonight, please feel free to join in at any given point in time in the chat. Miss Jersey Ray, Rachel's in the house. Hey, me and Rachel did a podcast type of stream for Expressions of the Outdoors. It's talking about horror movies and our love for that. It ended up really good. He premiered it yesterday. Go check that video out and show Mr. Wayne some love at Expressions of the Outdoors. But Rachel and I, we had a pretty good conversation, and we're all from about the same generation or really close. So we watched a lot of the same stuff. It was a pretty good stream, or it was a pretty good podcast, basically. Colonel's Collecting and Detecting, welcome. Thank you, sir. AAP Homestead, what's up, Luke? How are you doing, brother? Happy Halloween. I hope you and the family are well. It's good to see you, my friend. What's up, Louise? Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Rob, mainly dirt fishing. We will be talking a little bit about Rob tonight. Him and I had a conversation about it. I asked him what he was comfortable with, and he will be one of the people that I do chat about here in a little bit tonight. So very bold of him to let me share some of the emotional side of his life. So thank you, Rob. I appreciate that. There's Angie. What's up, Angie? Nice to see you. You had me in stitches last night, my dear. I was rolling. Mark the Senile Detectorist. What's up, man? Thank you very much. Expressions, member for 21 months. Happy Halloween. Thank you very much. With that in mind, next Thursday, since today fell on the Halloween, will be members nights. I'm going to add to next week's members giveaway. I had a plan. I've got an extra day off, I think, coming up. So I'm going to do something special for members. Keep that in mind for next week. It'll be double. There will be another set of giveaways. There will be an announcement on my community tab probably tomorrow. So hang tight for that. All members are welcome to join in. Here's my friend right there, Johnny Small Pepper. Keep in mind that Johnny over there at Johnny Small Pepper he's got a lot going on, and he really touches into some things about mental health that I think is important as well. And I think just to keep our communities up front and kind of on top of this kind of stuff, he touches on things like narcissism. He posts in his community tab quite often. He touches on things that run rampant within the community as well. Go check out JSP and watch him eat some peppers as well. Hey, much love, brother. Thank you. I'm a mess. Yeah. So Rob not only has his demons with the loss of a child this year, he has people that are saying very hateful, sad, provoking comments in his chats, and it's really not fair to him as a person, and it just keeps him reliving the nightmare. We'll talk about Rob here in just a little bit. I want to get through the chat. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate you being a member. Much love, brother. Yeah, I got you, Danny. I will show that here in just a second. Listen, dogs in costumes are absolutely the best. If you go over, I got the link pinned in the chat for my sports channel. Alex is over there in a Pokemon Gengar costume tonight. So stop by and see her at some point, and we'll jump over there at the end of the night when we go back over. But go check out Miss Alex. She's wearing a Gengar costume, cute as a button. I am biased because she's my daughter, but definitely cute. Thank you, Jay. Danny, thank you very much. Going a little bit faster here. I love getting towards the bottom. There's Wayne right there, Expressions of the Outdoors. Check out his latest video. Glad to hear it. Like I said, man, it's good to see you out and about in the chats a little bit. Talk about uplifting content when you're on. Your energy and enthusiasm and love of family is huge. And, you know, the way you guys take care of your family, your kids, you are role models in the community of YouTube. So everybody misses seeing you every day. Just wanted you to know that you guys put out a great positive self-image. For sure. Or maybe Adventures in the House. What's up, Chris? Hello. I'm going to go faster now. Weldon Carey, thank you. Mr. Jim Steele, what's up, my friend? I think my internet has mental health problems. Jim, I think that's a plaguing issue across the country. We can have perfect internet in certain places, but I can't have perfect internet in my house every day. Dennis Hedrick, what's up, bro? Thank you so much. Love the enthusiasm. I'm going to go and get a little down here. Iffy Signals is somewhere in the chat. I saw his name, but I didn't see his chat. Mike is one of the great people out there that does a lot of the work on testing these new machines and putting out straightforward and great advice for learning how to use each and every one of them. He does us a favor, makes it a lot easier when I get a machine. Mike is a good dude too. What's up, Wygold? Rob's Wygold Adventures is in here. Thank you very much. It was fun talking to you last night, Rob. I do appreciate you. Let's see. I think I'm almost there at the bottom. Yes, sir. Yeah, Kelly, I love getting them and testing them out. I got another one in there right now. I just went through and I did the Rico Max, and then somebody sent me another one, Detect Trek. So I got that one to do as well. The box showed up yesterday. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was something else. Oh, and by the way, I got a company out there that is going to send me a live streaming tool, basically a soundboard where I can hook up and do a bunch of different things for my live streams. And it might end up being some kind of a sponsorship. So my live stream will have a new feel and look to it on all of my channels. So they're supposed to be sending it. That's what I thought was in the mail. I can't wait to get it, but it's got a setup for like 4 or 5 different cameras, different looks. It's pretty awesome. And that does get me to the bottom. I expect we'll have a few laggers coming in later, but yeah, I'm going to get right to it here in 2 seconds. Let me get this dropped off the screen here. As a community, I don't think we all realize that of the 25 people that are in here, and me making statements tonight I'm not trying to talk bad or down to anybody. I'm just going to speak to some realities that I don't know exist amongst everybody, but I know exist among certain people. We have people in here that are struggling every day. Men's mental health has become a huge topic. My friend Scuba Sonia she's doing a fundraiser for the month of November. It's called Movember, and she is raising money for men's mental health. One of the things that prompted my brain into this. But we have a community of people, and we don't look as ourselves as leaders, or we don't see ourselves as anything more than just people that are living out some kind of a whacked out dream on YouTube and just trying to make people laugh or have a good time, trying to entertain people because we can do it from our basement for free and it's a blast. We don't look at ourselves like that, but there's a price that comes with coming in here every day and talking to folks. You learn things about people, you get to know people, and sometimes there's negativity that goes with all the positive as well. So when I look at this crowd of people that's in the chat tonight, and thank every one of you that's here, I know that there's a percentage of people in here that are suffering from a disease. There's people that are in here that may be disabled in a physical fashion at some point. Maybe they have, there's things that they can't do physically. Maybe there's people that are in here that have mental issues that have plagued them their whole life. It's possible we could have some autistic people that are functioning. There's a lot of different people that are out there, and everybody's made completely 100% different. So I can't always tell you, unless I talk to you on a daily basis and straight up, I know you for a fact. I don't know that some people, you may have went through a dangerous bout of cancer, maybe suffering from Parkinson's disease, maybe have mental issues that prevent and slow them down a little bit in some ways, but have the functionality to be positive in a chat. So I'm not talking about any of you in a derogatory matter. I'm just letting you know that I want everybody to be aware that those people are the potential for people like that to be in our chat is every single week. And then we'll start with Rob at Mainly Dirt Fishing. And then you have somebody, to Rob's advantage for the community, is Rob is straight up a very open book. If you ask him, he will let you know where he came from. He will let you know the struggles that he's had in his life. And Rob cares a lot sometimes. He cares way about things that he really shouldn't sometimes. He'll care way too much. He tries way too hard. And sometimes for that, he gets punished for it. He doesn't know how to go anything halfway. And then he tried to help his son this year. And, tragically, he lost his boy. He was down there and couldn't help the one person that he wanted to help, that he needed to help. He lost his son. And I don't have any idea what it's like to lose a child. I hope I don't see it ever. Hopefully I go before mine. But he went through that process of losing a child. Now, Rob has got a stellar personality, but, he's always seems like he's in the middle of some kind of conflict with certain people. People have done him dirty. And what he doesn't do is he doesn't take it. He comes out and he's vocal about it. And therefore, sometimes he doesn't have as many friends as that he thinks that he should have or whatnot like that. And so Rob is at this point where he's struggling. He cannot get his mental health together because he can't feel nothing but pain from losing his child. Okay. So there you have that guy sitting there. And then you've got people that are just ultimately cruel, sitting behind a keyboard, that think that they can type things into a chat. And whether they think it's funny, cute, whatnot, it's a detriment to his daily life. It's a detriment to his mental health. The man, after receiving comments on his chat, I had a conversation with him, and I'm going to be honest. It took 15 or 20 minutes into a conversation to get the man to calm down enough to quit crying because somebody is just torturing him on a daily basis. Now, we all love Rob. Rob does a lot for the people in this community. And you know what? It's gotten kind of shafted as far as recognition goes. A lot of people don't thank him and very much for what he has done. And he's done a lot for the youth of our community. So, Rob, I thank you. I also applaud you for letting me talk about this a little bit today. But there you have a guy that he's empathic. He loves his children and he wants to do everything for them, and he is struggling. So if you get an opportunity, please send some warm wishes to Rob, send some love to him, and let him know that if he keeps focusing on the right things, that it's never going to heal. It's never going to go away. But he doesn't deserve to be tortured for it either. Yeah, Danny. And then Danny has a rare syndrome, Costello syndrome, and she is one of the healthier ones out of the people in her faction. It's a rare disease. That'll speak to her fundraiser. She's got the fundraiser that lets her go to meet other people and see what technological advancements have been made for her. And that is something that I do support and want to help with. But Danny D is one of those people that luckily she has more health than a lot of people that have the same disease. But she's in here being positive in our community. And if Danny wouldn't tell you, you would have no idea that she's struggling with a life-threatening condition. Those kind of things are what I want everybody to be aware of today, because guess what? We don't always know. And sometimes people can say things that are cruel, angry, mean, and not even know it and mean it. You can say something, make a joke about something that can be taken the wrong way because, somebody, there's words. I will say the word, I don't mean the word, but it's talking about the word retarded. That one, if, it's just one of those words that some of our generation was brought up saying it as, for fun. I'll be honest, when I was a kid, I heard it a lot, but it's an insult. So we want to have a healthy community. We want to have friends in here, but we got to be respectful for everybody else and try not to overstep our bounds and keep everything happy. But if somebody needs our assistance or wants to talk, we need to be there. You can never know what people are going through. A smile goes a long way. A silent ear can mean the difference. Yeah. Jersey, Rachel, you're one of the people that I know that pays attention to what we see in the chat. Rachel and I will have conversations. We've had conversations about certain people that are no longer with us that we've talked about and went out and found, just to kind of keep up. It's kind of looking out for those that support you. And that is another way right there that, some of us, we get really attached to certain people and we have made some great companions and friends out of the chat. But yeah, a little bit of kindness goes. Yeah, Jay, that's right. Everybody mainly is a good dude. Show him love and support. Thank you, Jay. Yeah, it's Sonia, you're a big part of you're a big part of the inspiration, because there's other instances in which I'm going to get to, and I didn't get a chance to talk to everybody this week, but some people have talked about their issues, and I'm going to weigh in just a little bit. And the first one that I'm going to weigh in about besides Rob, the first person that I'm going to weigh in about is I'm going to talk about Clay a little bit at the Rusty Magnets. And, Clay's issues are completely different, but his mental health has deteriorated over the course of time. Clay had legal issues when he was a teenager that cost him time in his life. Now, he will show you and explain to you why what happened and how he ended up in the place that he did. But, some people look at what it is, and it is what it is, and they ridicule him. I personally love the fact that Clay is trying to overcome his past, but I don't like the fact that it's always just kind of it. It's not something that can be overcome, because if I was a parent and I was in his situation reverse, I can't say I wouldn't have done to him what that girl's parents did. I probably would have. If I would have forbid something and it still happened, I would have done it. And I know that he probably had opportunities to say, yeah, you're right, I'll stop this. But he ended up paying a severe price for his problems. Now, I don't necessarily agree or disagree, but I got with Brockton, and I got with Iron Antler Adventures, and I got with with Clay and with Jen, and was going and helped set up their fundraiser for Trash for Cash for next year. I had it all set up, and then I started getting the comments because somebody had made it a point to point it out to the community again about Clay's mishaps in his youth. And he owns them. He lives up to the responsibility for it, but it rolled over to the point where it affected me. I had people sending me messages about collecting money for them. And so I stepped out, because me personally, I don't want to be ridiculed. I don't want to have to deal with other people's stuff. I want to come in here and do me. I still support Clay and Jen, but it wasn't a very happy time. And the things that people were writing, that's their perception of something, and that's fact. They have the right to say whatever they want on social media, but keyboard warriors don't always, get it right. Rob, thank you for the gift. So, in situations like that, Clay is struggling with his mental health. I know Jen's had issues as well. There's a whole other debacle in the magnet fishing community that they're in the middle of, that's caused a huge separation within the community. There's people that don't even come in my chat anymore because I'm associated with some of those people. There's people that that they've created this rift amongst in that community that is so broad that it affects people that have nothing to do with either side of it. There's people on both sides of that argument that I care about, and it's sad. I tried to help them remedy it, and it's just not worked out. I don't really see that it's gotten a whole lot better. I hope it has. I've just stayed away from it. But there's people that are on both sides of that have issues as well. And men's mental health, nobody ever really cared about what a guy went through. How I was raised? I was raised to take care of my family. I was raised to never complain to anybody else. I was raised that it didn't matter how I felt. If I didn't put food on the table for my wife and my children, I was a failure. And that's how I was raised. I was brought up. I don't miss work. I was raised in such a strict manner that I can't. I have a sense of responsibility and some people don't do well with that type of raising. Some people. Oh, you're most welcome, Miss Betsy. I want to tell you really fast that Rob at heart is always in the right place, and and him being a sensitive man makes it a little tougher sometimes, because people see how sensitive and caring he is, and they really try to poke at the bear. And it's not fair. It's not his year has not been fair for him. It's not been fair for you. But I know that the one thing I know about you is that you have done a fantastic job helping keep him together. And I appreciate that, because going forward, it's going to be very important, because Rob's got to climb himself out of a hole. Clay's a nice guy, and he made a mistake and it owns it. And you know what? That says something in itself. He doesn't hide from his mistakes. So going on past that, I will tell you that there is another, and I don't want to see a guess in the chat. I don't want to hear it. If you know, then you know. So but we're not here to talk about this person by name, but I'm just going to tell you that that's awesome. I know you do, Betsy. I talk to Rob at least twice a week, and I just, you know what? I just want to let him have a decent conversation where he doesn't have to think about dumb stuff. There's another person within our community that lives very much, is what I was leading into a little bit ago, that lives a very similar life to me. And no guesses. I don't want names thrown out in this chat. Not one second. If you know who it is, then so be it. But it's not something that's here to be talked about. But I know somebody that lives in a house with a family that, you know, that's living the American dream, being with their kids, being with their partner every single day, working to make ends meet. I know there's somebody that is in that situation that gives everything that he has to that family. And what maybe many people do or do not know is that, you know what, growing up, this person was abused in the wrongest way possible. And this guy has done so much for everybody that you know in here, but lives in kind of a situation where there's no appreciation for him. And nobody cares about where his brain is at. Nobody cares about his mental health. That's another person that I talk to pretty regularly. And you would I swear nobody in here would never know that his life was a struggle on every single day just to figure out what's what. And guess what? Doesn't feel like there's a way out. Doesn't feel like there's any resources for him. And just continues to go on doing the right things. And that hits home very much so right here, because I try to have conversation and help, but there's some things that there's nothing that you can do for them, especially being a couple thousand miles away. So when you talk about stuff, be mindful. What is up, Miss Mary? Just want to tell you that I love you, just so you know that. You can say whatever you want about me tonight. It's all good. Much love. But that is another one of those people that I didn't bring my list down here. I had a list of things that we were going to discuss, but there's another person that is so huge into our community, that gives everything, that has, at the end of the day, life is a struggle. And if you're in the chat today, sir, and you know that I'm talking about you, I'm just telling you right now that I absolutely have much respect, and I love you like a brother, and you're welcome to come here anytime. Just so you know. And I got another one or two that I got to get my list for. But before we do that, I'm going to take a minute here since it's 9:30, and I'm going to go and see what we got. And guess what? We do have a couple of people that have sent some images, and I'm going to bring them up right now. And dude, I love pet pictures. So just so you know, if anybody's got a pet in a costume, send it to the email address scrolling across. But the first one I'm going to show you today is from Miss Danny D. And there is her doggo in a costume. And he is a ghost. And he reminds me of mine. But check that out. Doggo with the ghost costume. What kind of dog is that, Danny? And going down through here, Sean, thank you for the memberships. I appreciate it. PK, appreciate the memberships. Digging SoCal, thank you very much. Brockton, thanks for stopping by tonight, man. Rob, thank you. We all got to do our best for each other, and I appreciate the kind words, dude. But yeah, there's the first one. I'm going to go through and grab another one. Grandma Kelly says, life is a huge struggle, but you have to keep walking to get through it to the other side. I have lived in hell in 2023, but I kept walking and make it through it. That was probably my biggest hell. What I can say about Grandma Kelly while we're having a conversation, I talk about men's mental health in here, but I'm going to tell you something about Grandma Kelly that I know personally and that it's been blatantly obvious through the community. Grandma Kelly has no fear of anything. There are women in this community that have fear of being stalked. There are women in this community that are afraid for their own safety because they feel like some of the men around here are, with all due respect, not great people. And that's perfectly okay. Grandma Kelly will go out there and she will flat out, she would probably post her social security number out there, and she is just forthcoming, upfront, willing to be there for people. And that is a very rare quality. I mistakenly said, and this isn't a ridicule thing for them, but I mistakenly said somebody's first name in a chat one time, and they didn't want their name to be said in the chat. And I found out really quick that anonymity is very important to some people. So, there you go. One of those mistakes that you made. But Grandma Kelly is an example of a very, very strong woman within our community that lives fearless. And I bet you she probably doesn't look at herself that way as being fearless, but she does put herself out there at a very open level to anybody that wants to be a part of her life. Where is it at? I just saw the name go through. I'm going to open up. Also, Skipjack Cindy, welcome. Thank you very much. Tonight we are chatting a little bit about mental health. If you weren't here for the beginning and we talked about certain people, Rob, mainly Dirt Fishing, allowed his story to be brought up a little bit and talked about because, his feelings have been destroyed in the course of a year. So, I saw something in the chat, but he's one of those guys that is very emotional. He's very out there for people, and he hurts. He hurts a lot when people won't let him heal. So, and no one better mess with Grandma. You'll get a knuckle sandwich. That's right, J. Paul. You tell her. Uh-oh. That tells me that I'm getting more messages. Let's go. I'm going to go back to the screen here, and I got some pictures that I'll show up really fast. Oh, hey, you know what? I got some pictures from Miss Rachel. The first one looks pretty bad. It looks like somebody hit her in the face with an axe. But we'll just say, I'll get that one brought up right now. Anybody that has any Halloween pictures, please send them to my email, as we will look at those today. And there is Miss not Grandma Kelly, Miss Rachel. Looks like somebody stuck an axe in her forehead. I think that's what it is. Let me make it bigger. Yeah, let me take Jay's conversation off there. Yeah, Rachel, that's pretty awesome. It looks like, I don't know what kind of wound that is, but it looks bad. I can't tell if there's a bug that was stuck to your face or if somebody hit you with an axe. Yeah, right? Oh, my God. All right, next one. Let's see if I can get to that really quick. Camp Evans. All right. Who's in the picture, Rachel? We'll look at that one. And we'll look at the next one. Oh, that's like, what's that nun from? You know what? Zombie nuns or terrorist nuns or anything like that, demon nuns, they're pretty scary. Oh, all right. Well, Miss Rachel showed off some of her good stuff. Emails going across the screen. Anybody else that wants to fire stuff? I think I'm hearing dings, but it's not going to my Gmail, I don't think. But let's get off of this one really fast here and get back in. Dawn went to Catholic school. Nuns are scary. You know, we talked about a bunch of stuff and Expression of the Outdoors. We talked about a lot of different horror flicks, but the Exorcist was part of a conversation, and that's one of the things that really hits me and scares me quite a bit. Okay, I'm gonna look here. I'm getting, if you're sending me pictures to my phone and not my Gmail, which I don't see, I can't open them on the screen. I'm not going to just put my phone up to the screen. So let me look in Facebook. Maybe they're coming there. Let's see. Let's see. Yes. Some people, okay, if you're sending pictures, they're going to my text messages and I'm not getting them. Send them to my Facebook or send them to my Gmail. And you know what, Mary? I'll show that one right there. That one is very fitting for the day. Present image. So here we go. Hopefully Joe is in the chat tonight. There it is. And there is young Joseph Monarch. And he is wearing one of my hats that that I think Mary won and gave to him, or he won. But I always love this picture because I see him wearing it every now and again when he was out metal detecting for a good while. I got to metal detect with Joe and spend a day with the whole family up there at Mary's husband's family reunion, and we got to hang out for the day on one of my last Michigan trips. And it was always a pleasure to hang out with Miss Mary. She treats me pretty rough in chat, but she loves me, and I know she loves me. So I take it, just the way that it is. So, it's just one of those things that it's play. We have a good time. Please don't take any offense to the way Mary and I play, but it's kind of fun. But yeah, there's good old Joe right there. I look a little red in the forehead tonight. What the heck? Medical detectorist is in the house. By the way, I got your mail. I think it was yours. I will open that next week on Members Night. My good friend right there, Jason at BC Treasure Trails, just donated 50 memberships. So guess what? Next week, those of you that are in here, it's double the opportunity. And you can thank Jason for that, as he just blessed the chat with some extra members tonight. So I appreciate you, my brother, more than you know. You're welcome. I'm like your little brother, right? I gotta take it. Yo. Mary's been in here for a long time. Much love, Miss Mary. Jason, you're appreciated and loved. I love. Jason was a recipient of my first test machine that I sent out as a giveaway. I sent it out there for him. I've got 2 more that are going to be given away very soon. So if you're interested, I think, my screen's acting crazy. If you're interested in a detector that's going to be given away, wait back here, because before too much longer, I will be doing that. Jason likes to skew the membership giveaways. Well, you do a good job of it. So basically, what's going to happen is next week is that I will just tell you guys right now that I'm going to have my regular giveaways. There's going to be an added one inside on Thursday night, but I'm going to release a members only video where I do 2 more giveaways. So there will be 5 this month. And you have to be a member by the time I do that video, which will be this weekend. So the Treasure Fam, which is a small group, that one will go first. And that one, there will be giveaways both nights. So look for the members only video next week, and then look for what we do during the chat, which will be 3 during the chat. JP says charts. JP, I'm getting too old to be drinking a lot of alcohol. So, Body Armor with a girl soccer player on it. Yay. All right. We do have another picture in the email, apparently. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Oh, snap. So we got a few more to look at. Back to the Halloween pictures. God. Listen, I'm going to show this, but I can't figure out which one is the pet here. Forgive me for saying that, but I can't tell you which one's the pet. I'm going to let you guys decide which one is the dog and which one is the human. They look exactly the same to me. I'm not exactly sure. You figure it out. But which one is mainly dirt fishing and which one is the dog? Can you tell? I mean, I'm not sure. Does anybody know which one is the pet? They look a lot alike. I think the one on the right is Rob because it's got hair. I think. Yeah, I was at first thought I wasn't sure. Rob says that is Rob's dog, Bosa. And obviously the dog is on the left. Wait, yeah, over here on this side of the picture. Going to go ahead and add a few more here. We'll whatever. We'll stop it. Let's go. Practical Ken sends a picture of a big D. Well, I don't know what that is. Let's see what else is coming through. Oh, same one from Rob there. And let's see. Expressions of the Outdoors. Look it. Oh. Tell me that ain't awesome. That muzzle's getting awful gray, Wayne. And ironically, there is a metal detector right in the background there. But that little pupper is pretty awesome. Ken, I don't think that's that no one gets it. I just think that we're trying to ignore it. Also, but thank you guys. Anybody else that wants to send anything in to break up the monotony today, I would definitely appreciate it. I am going to take a 20-second breather. Do not go anywhere. Yodi, I will be right back to get it. Oh, thank you, guys. The dog pic I showed was my big bros and soon-to-be sister-in-laws. He's a chocolate lab. I couldn't tell under the costume what he was, Danny. He kind of looked like my bull mastiff in a way. Yeah, I think getting back to the original topic today, I've learned about some of the people that have disabilities that don't get to function a normal life, but they do a very good job of taking advantage of what they can and doing as much as they can. But the good thing is that nobody in here, um, nobody you see mostly in our chat, everybody fights. Everybody does a good job, and and nobody's really. We're really good about not beating down and ridiculing. I think I have one of the better chats. The people that come in here every week, I think it stays pretty awesome. Basically, who I have in here and who I get to talk to on the weekly basis. Do you know what? I will straight up tell you that there's days. I'll get it, Rob, just a second, bro. And Yodi, I see that you were talking to Rob. Thank you. I sometimes use my chat. I sometimes use my chat as a means of my own therapy, right? I get a lot of stress relief by coming in here and venting a little bit sometimes. And the thing of it is that we were just talking last night. I was in Park Rat Pat and FL Thunder Digging with Rob, their Zoom meeting that they have on Wednesday nights. I hadn't been in there in almost a year, and I go in there and I get to sit down and I get to talk a little bit and having a conversation with those 7 people in that room. At the time, there was, I think, 7 of us in there. And, there's a lot of stuff that we bounce around in there and talk about when you go in a private chat like that. But it's communication. It's giving people the opportunity to talk about things with somebody that they're looking at. Keyboard warriors, sometimes the people that say the angry stuff. Trevor, good night. Thank you. Under a train station floorboards tomorrow. That sounds interesting. Record it. But being able to just sit and have those conversations with folks. And you know what? Have you ever had something in your head that was a certain way and you talked about it? You talked about it and to somebody and they're like, hey, why don't you look at it like this? Hey, I'm not saying that you're wrong, but why don't you look at, think about this along with it. And then somebody that you trust, you have a conversation with, and then it gives you a minute to kind of think about things that, hey, maybe I wasn't 100% right. Yeah, Marty, it was awesome, bro. I don't get much chance to chat with you, so that was really cool. But you learn that your opinions aren't always right. And, we talk about mental health and it begs that you talk about things like narcissism and obsessive compulsive disorder. And we're just in an environment right now where everybody wants to be right all of the time. And a lot of times, this is where we're going to steer this conversation a little bit further as we go forward. But as you know what, I may believe in this. I may think that this is 100% correct based on my life. And my life is different than and just to be using a person in here, I'm going to use Miss Rachel. My life and the things in my life that are important, my children, things that are important to my children, my family, is different than Rachel's. And Rachel may have an opinion that's skewed from mine. And so Rachel and I may 100% disagree on on a subject. We may 100% disagree, but here's the thing. I can have a disagreement with Rachel. I cannot believe or buy into what she believes into and it not hurt our relationship. And the reason that is that we both have enough respect for one another to understand that her right and my right are different. And we may not have the same values or the same beliefs in life, but she may believe something totally different. But her and I can recognize that there's certain things that we may not agree on, but we respect the other's opinion or belief system because that's what you're supposed to do in a free country. You're supposed to respect your enemy that is a citizen as well. And so Rachel and I'm not saying that we disagree on anything, but could be disagreeing. But you will never see it in our relationship because our relationship is nothing but respect. That's where you get into that. That's where you get into the other part of this. Some people can't be wrong. Some people will go to every stretch of the ends of the earth to be right. And they may be right in a certain phase of it, but their life is different from my life and Rob's life and CJ's life and Marty's life. We all may be a little bit different. And a lot of times in here, we choose not to discuss things because we don't want to cause conflict within a chat. But I can have a conversation with anybody about anything, and it doesn't change my opinion. But we've got families that divide because of belief systems. And I want everybody to be aware that everybody has the right to their opinion. Everybody has the right to believe that they are correct, but you should always have time to respect other people and what they believe as well, because they may be right for their family. That may be what's right in their belief system. So don't ridicule them because they don't believe what you believe. Stay friendly and don't let there be divides. Oftentimes, perspective drives one's views of what's right. It's healthy to have discussions with people who don't think like you, in my opinion. I love to have those conversations. I just don't want to have them in here because I don't want to try. I won't tell anybody that they're wrong. I just won't. But I don't want to have those discussions in here. And I'm not trying to have that now. The discussion that I'm trying to make sure that people have is that we respect everybody else's opinion. We respect who they are because they've earned our respect as human beings. My mother always used to say, celebrate the difference in people. If we were all the same, it would be boring. Absolutely, Miss Kelly. That's just it. You've got to learn to appreciate the other side, right? There's things everywhere that you can learn from people that you don't agree with. Diversity is how the business model in this world works right now, is because we get opinions from everywhere. We get them. Companies are looking for diverse ways of doing business. That's why they don't just hire. And I don't want to use race as a tone here, but they don't just hire white, black, brown. They don't hire that way. They look for differentiating opinions, somebody to think outside the box. What's up, Moto? Good to see you. I appreciate you. And that's just it. It's just one of those things that, you've got to look. Some companies, I get you, but I'm just trying to make the point that we've got to look out for the people. We're all treasure hunters. We like stuff like that. Go for Bill. Good night, sir. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. But it goes back to the mental health thing, right? And there's times out there, and I want to respect everybody's opinions and stuff like that. And the reason why men's mental health is so important is because a lot of times the man of the house based on the generation that is aging right now, which is me. You know, we're put in a position that sometimes no matter what we do, it's not good enough. And some people have a supporting cast that is really good for that. Some people have good family, friends, whatnot, but not everybody has that. There are certain people out there that are going at this by themselves and they don't have anybody to talk to. And you know what? When you're stuck in your own head without outside ideas and ideologies, sometimes you get tunnel vision on where you need to go and you don't see the whole picture. And things like depression are real. Suicide is very, very real. We have people in this world that their brain gets overloaded with things and then they just don't know what to do. They shut down and they have to step back and reevaluate their positions in life. It is so hard to sit in another man's shoes unless you know for sure what they're going through. Yeah, Loretta, my friends are YouTube friends. Thank you to the real ones. Listen, there are so many people out here that do so much for the people in this community. I see a lot of people that put great effort into showing people how much that they're appreciated and loved. And within this community, it's very important because some people are at home alone right now. There's people that don't have anybody but the 40 people that are in this chat. And those people, you know what? Speak up. If you want to be heard, if you need something, you've got to ask for it. If this helps, talking about things, if that helps you, then absolutely awesome. I want to make a quick announcement since we're closing in on 10 o'clock. Just for those of you that have been absolutely missing the Juice Man, anybody that's been missing Artie, one of my homies right there, he's right there. Look at that nice picture right there. My video next Monday night is kind of it's a metal detecting video. It's a fun video, but I shanghaied some of Juice's footage from the trip where we all spent time together, and half of my video next Monday is it's gonna be about Juice. So it's gonna be his footage, his finds, his personality out on the camera. If you haven't had a chance to see any of his videos, and we knew he took his channel down, but I'm going to give you a little bit of taste of that on Monday night. Probably, I think about 5 to 6 minutes of it is all Arthur. So if you want to see that, come and hang out with us on Monday Digs next Monday night and get a little bit of taste of the old Artie. And it's a great set of clips. I had fun with the video, and I hope you guys enjoy it then. I told him it was coming. He knew about it, so that's why I shanghaied a bunch of footage. I got to find the rest of it so that I can do some other stuff with it. But yeah, that's me to a T. I get overwhelmed and shut down. Yeah, it's so hard to distinguish, how people react and how things happen and how they handle situations. You guys, I mean, several of you in here, I'm assuming tonight, I'm trying to think who's all in here that has met my wife. I'm not sure who has or who hasn't, but anyway, our relationship is, it's very different. I'm very vocal. I stand up for my family. As you know, me and my daughter, we do stuff together here on YouTube. I have great relationships with my kids. I have a great relationship with my wife's family. I accept responsibility for them. And I will take care of them to no end. They always get my attention first. You guys think I'm in here a lot. If they need something, I'm out of here so fast it's not even funny. My wife lost her father last year and was just like my dad as well. And we've had a tough year. It's been tough around this house, and fighting through it with people that I live with and deal with, and that's in here on a daily basis keeps it amazing. Going fast. I don't need suicide. Losing my son killed me and left me breathing. Yeah. I mean, there's no other way to explain it. I can't begin to comprehend losing a child. That's something that I don't hope I ever have to go through. And I'm sorry you have to go through it every day. I suffered and thought through things my whole life and was pleased to pour my heart out to this huge family. And I've shared so much, and the love helped get, and I've got back like no other, I'll say. Yeah, dude. So people, there you go. And just talking about that, Juice has come in here and, and been willing to discuss things. His past has been, he's lived a life, right? And he's come in here and funneled this mental energy that he has. I couldn't watch his videos a lot of times. I could watch the intros. I could be lulled in to the love and the scenery and the warmth, and then this, for lack of a better term, split personality, crackhead, full of energy. And I don't mean any of that directly. I'm just saying it was the perception of a guy coming out here metal detecting and found 50 pull tabs in a row. And my anxiety is going through the roof watching him do these videos, but made me relate, and his personality poured out into his videos, and he drew in people. When Jesse made the video, and to see how many people love this guy, it's completely understandable. He's a lovable dude. He's a lovable dude that absolutely wears me out. Arthur wears me out more than anybody, and I love him for it. I was blessed to get to spend a week with him and Jesse and Uncle Dave and Brian and Ken. We all had a blast together. Captain Jimmy. That's all what my video is about Monday. Again, I hope you guys check that out. It was fun being with them guys. Born with depression and anxiety, never medicated, just learn how to make it through each moment, knowing it's all temporary, that there's light at the end of the tunnel. Rachel, that sounds just like my wife. That's the way she's been her whole life. She just, as we're told as men, just deal with it and go on. F your feelings and deal with it. That's how she went through life. Right on. I'm going to get a little further down here. I haven't been checking the chat, so I'm just catching up as we come back to the end of the day. I got other parts of this that I could get into that I'm not going to tonight. Maybe I will do this again just to kind of vent. What up, bro? Two brothers. What's up, Mark? Good to see you. I do have other things in this that was supposed to come out. There's some things that I chose not to talk about tonight because I just didn't feel like stirring the pot. I will speak to this for just a minute, and then we will call it a day here shortly. Entitlement. There's a lot of people in here in this community, and I got to go through and check some of the messages too. There's a lot of people within this community. Oh yeah, I got to show that. There's a lot of people within this community that use it as an advertising means to sell swag and gear. Hold on one sec. To show. Listen, I'll tell you real fast. I'll go to that in a second. Yo, Moto, I appreciate you. I'm absolutely fantastic. And I just want you guys to know that I'm not struggling. I have my struggles. My struggles are job. They're things that I am dealing with in a positive manner. I have outlets. I have people to talk to every single day. If I don't have somebody at home that understands me, I've got 125 to 150 people in here that I have in my telephone that I can talk to any point in time of the day. There's 30 people in here right now that I bet I've talked to this week in some capacity. I am not struggling in the least little bit. I'm just here trying to protect those that might be, and nobody knows it, or trying to protect those that nobody knows that they have problems and then say something stupid in chat that drives them away or hurts their feelings or, God forbid, pushes them over an edge. I just want everybody to know that you know that stuff happens, right? And you know, sometimes we say stupid stuff, we make mistakes. You know, there is this world where you can apologize and go about it and fix what you've done wrong. But sometimes people that don't have a lot of outlets, if they don't have a lot of people to talk to, I don't want to use the term go crazy, but when you can't get all the thoughts out of your head on the daily basis, it can drive you flipping nuts, right? You got to have an outlet. And you know what? Everybody in here that talks to somebody else in here, make sure that the people that you talk to know that you're available for them. Having somebody to talk to is probably one of the most important things that we can get into here. Make stupid people famous. What is up, brother? Good to see you. Thank you very much for stopping by. I appreciate the troll app, or not the troll, the trail app that you gave me. I've used it several times. It's nice to see you, dude. But Moto, thank you for the question. Thomas 907, that came from one of 3 or 4 people. BC Treasure Trails was one that came in here tonight, mainly dirt fishing. I think Grandma Kelly or Practical Ken, Grandma Kelly and Brockton Magnet Fisher donated. They donated tonight. Last time, I know that I ended up with one of your pay dirt bags. But yeah, let me hit you back up. I'll get you on when I go through there it is right there. Feel free to share yourself anytime, brother. You're always welcome. We'll get to a couple things here. My mom tried to kill me when I was 2. She left. My sister was killed in front of me and my dad. Then I was molested. And all this wonderful stuff was before I was 6. Everyone in my life has abused me as a kid. Rob, I think that's indicative of why you are who you are today. I think that's why you're so emotional, because preteen trauma to the brain, you don't recover from it. You have to talk it out, and you've never had therapy until you started this week. So keep on talking, keep on letting that stuff out. The fact that you can just sit there like a man and admit that you've had your issues lets everybody know that you have great strength. So I got your back, brother. Please feel free to keep on having somebody to talk to. A little bit of therapy might help you a lot, brother. And we are all praying for you and hoping that you end up in a good place. It ain't going to be easy, though. Survival is tough these days. Lots of snakes in the grass. Yeah, people will take your words and twist them. And that is why you've got to speak very clearly on what you're talking about and not cross borders, because there's lots of lines. There's lines out there that I'm sure I crossed a few today, and you may hear about it, but you guys know that I have no ill will or intent towards anybody. I just want to help people be happy, healthy, and have a family to come in here and talk to. So often people never know what others have been through. I'm glad you're still here. Yeah, Sonia. Yeah, Rob is one of the people that's really good at talking about what's happened to him and trying to find a way to deal with it, because he just wants the pain to go away. He wants it to be gone. And you know what? And people have created such a challenge for him by sending him dirty text messages that just are, there's nothing more grimy in the world than comments that he's received about his son. Yeah, bro. Listen, I don't care what they say about me either, Artie. It's all good. You know what? If anybody wants to be mad at somebody or have a derogatory opinion, say it to me. My feelings don't hurt. You can ask Mary. She tries all the time. She tries to hurt my feelings. It don't work. I take it. I take it that, you know what? If you mean it, you mean it. So be it. Then it's honest. If you're saying it just to say it, then so be it. Nobody's going to believe you anyway. Go ahead. Arthur, Juice, brother, I love you, man. Yeah, and that's just it. And that's the other thing. You got to figure out who to talk to. And that's why I talked about certain people today and did not mention names, because I did not want that confidence broken. But, I wanted people to understand that there's people that's been through some very traumatic stuff. Hey, Charlie, maybe you should go twice a week. Therapy's good if you can. Madison State Hospital and Jefferson Proving Grounds had old dumps 100 years ago. Yeah, I can't. You send me a message this week. We gotta chat. We gotta get back into contact with each other, because I'm restricted to where I can go in JPG, and the state hospital. I'd love to know how to get in there. Getting ready to shut down here in just a minute. Just a few more comments today, mainly Dirtfish. And sorry you went through so much. Easier said than done. But all I can say is try not to live in the past and don't worry so much about the future. Take down one challenge at a time. Though that's very good advice, man. It's easier said than done. You're absolutely right. Using dirt therapy. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I know. I know what that O-snap is for. Yep. Well, anyway, you guys, thanks for listening tonight. When I close this stream down, if you would like to have a community talk again about things like this, if it's something if I helped you today in any way, shape, or form, if I gave you strength to contact somebody, to talk to somebody, leave me a comment in the afterwards. If it's worthwhile, if people get something out of it, I will gladly come back and do it again. If it's something that's just, I know it doesn't affect you that much or whatnot, and you weren't happy with it, just let me know. But keep in mind, next week is members night, and there will be a members only video. So for those 50 to 70 people that got gifted them tonight, be sure to take advantage of it. I have extra stuff going out next week, so it's going to be cool. I appreciate every last one of you for being here today. And if you would do me one thing, thanks for reporting my stream. I appreciate it. Here, I got a psycho crazy just trying to influence what's going on here today. He wants the attention, but he don't. Hey, you ready? All right. I'll just get him down. If you do, see if this is it here. Stop by and say hi to Alex before I get back over there. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything else. Hold on. What happened? Hang on a second. Wow. That's strange. Wow. Okay, I got one more to show before we go. Let me get it up here really fast. I forgot. I got too busy yapping. Somebody reported me on Facebook today. Joy to the world. Sharing one more screen. And just so you guys know, I think you've all seen it before. And that's got to be it. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, it's not there. It's here. My gosh, I'm slow sometimes. There it is. Rob, Charlie, Risha, James, and wow, there's one there. I'm not really sure. I'm not 100% sure on the last one. So anyway. Oh, that's Mark the Berg Hunter. Oh my God. Oh my Lord. Yeah, I was just I'm just blown away that happened on the other one. But anyway, I shared that link. Stop by and say hi to Alex really fast. I will see you guys next week on Monday Digs. If anybody wants to see Arthur, come see Monday Digs because he's going to dominate the second half of my video. So much love to everybody. Leave a comment down below what you think of tonight. If it helps, if there's something you would like to talk about, this stream is for you. It's my therapy to help you guys. Good night, Miss Mary. Much love. I will see you guys over at It's in the Blood. It's not on YouTube, Rachel. It's on Facebook because they tell you. I'll tell you all about it next time.